They always take examples. They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this, but where is he? He is dead. The Haitian president, he tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. Gaddafi tried like this. Where is he? He is dead. These are the veiled statements made to us to instill fear. If we remain in this posture of fear, we will be cowards, and history will judge us. Our children will ask questions. Our grandchildren will ask questions. We are writing history. There is no room for cowardice.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. Guys, you can see how happy I am today. And the reason is because there's been a global Black awakening. And what do I mean, guys? Black people across the globe, from the Caribbean, from Europe, UK, US, Africa, are telling France and Trump to keep off their hands of IBRAHIM Traoré. This is actually after the West have tried to take out IBRAHIM Traoré. And we know you've always been sold this narrative that these people, they always try to take out are dictators and that they don't respect human rights in Africa. The mainstream media has always tried to paint Africa as violent, corrupt, and unstable. But thank you to social media and the Black voices that have always been out there trying to show the world Africa for what it is. And I'm so happy. Thank you to each and every Black person that has been out there in support of IBRAHIM Traoré and Africa at large. I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on our today's episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you're seeing on your screens. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my good name is Grace Idi. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel, give this video a like, and let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
We, African heads of state, must stop behaving like puppets that dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. When we, the people, decide to defend ourselves, we are labeled as militias, but that's not the issue here. The problem is seeing African heads of state who bring nothing to these people who are fighting, but who sing the same tune as the imperialists by labeling us as militias, thus calling us men who do not respect human rights. What human rights are we talking about? We are outraged by this and it is shameful.
Yes, and listen, this is a message to France. Yes. This is a message to America. This is a message to all them European colonial forces that's aligning themselves to go against IBRAHIM Traoré. Yeah. I am telling y'all now, this is not in the days of Patrice Lumumba, yeah, Thomas Sankara, and Nkrumah, Gaddafi, and all the people. Y'all killed them. Yeah. I feel that y'all get away with it. You see this one? That's not the Lord's anointed. I am telling you that this one, IBRAHIM Traoré, if you touch IBRAHIM Traoré, even if you in Barbados and when they got business in Barbados, it getting tossed over. It getting turned over because when a wicked France, when there's a wicked set of people and when they need to get disciplined. Yeah. And if you think that you're gonna go down in Burkina Faso, if you think that you're gonna go in there and you're gonna kill that man, listen, when they're gonna see a judgment from France, and when they're gonna see a judgment from America that you never ever seen before, right? Listen, all Black people, I don't care when it is all over the world. Like my brethren just said, all Black people should say, do not touch that man.
I need all my copper colored people to take this very seriously, because the last time something like this happened, it happened to Gaddafi. But now what France and the U.S. are trying to do to the president of Africa, all because he's making sure he take care of the people and his citizens. He's giving them free health care. He's giving them free Medicaid. He now opened up two tomato processing plants out there. And now they get mad and they want to arrest him because he don't want to abide by their rules. Well, guess what? Africa is not America, and they don't owe you anything. Y'all just want them resources over there from Africa. We not stupid, man. But one thing about it, when you're a great African leader and you got to deal with these colonizers that are devils and demons, it's very important that we all come together and protect this man worldwide. Because one thing about it, man, if we let them get away with this, How they got away with Gaddafi, they're going to keep on doing it until we stand up and we really unify and realize that we got the power. If you got melon running through your veins, you are 10 times greater than every last one of them cowards, and they know that. That's why they trying to get rid of that great man, because he's actually for the people. Real talk. I need all them African nations and countries to come together and actually stand up and protect this man. Real talk, citizens and all, because it's not cool to sit here and let these American bullies think they can do anything to anybody anytime they want. And that go for France too. We know how dirty y'all history is, or at least I do. I don't respect none of y'all. Real talk, man. If anything happened to this man, I guarantee y'all gonna set up an uproar in this world that y'all ain't never seen before. Boy, I gotta watch what I say because it's TikTok.
Oh, they are mad now. Now we've heard that they want Burkina Faso's leader, IBRAHIM Traoré, out. And AFRICOM General Langley is accusing Traoré's government of diverting Burkina Faso's gold reserves for personal security rather than the welfare of the people. Let's be honest, is it really the people they're worried about, or the sudden loss of access to West Africa's vault? Because for those of us paying attention to West Africa's globe knows that Captain Traoré's first move after claiming leadership was reclaiming Burkina Faso's sovereignty over its natural resources by revisiting old mining contracts and letting foreign investors know, whether in Australia, Europe, or North America, that if you didn't like the new terms, the door was right over there. See, he isn't acting alone. You got the Sahel Alliance going on. Obviously, the leader of Burkina Faso, Abdelrahman Chiani of Niger, and then you got Assimi Goïta of Mali, all making the same power moves, you know, kicking out foreign bases, reclaiming their natural resources, building self-reliance. So why are foreign agencies laser focused on IBRAHIM Traoré? It's because he is a young African leader influencing Africa's youth, which is the largest demographic on this planet, and that's a huge problem. He's not talking under the table. He's making it clear that Africa's poverty is manufactured, and it's resonating a lot with everybody, especially the youth who are fed up with how things are. And instead of him being a quiet leader in the corner, he's being seen as a symbol and a catalyst for revolutionary change. And that's the reason why they need to silence him by unnecessary means.
We're all very clear on why they're going after IBRAHIM Traoré and Burkina Faso. It's because IBRAHIM Traoré is going to give Africans free education, and because IBRAHIM Traoré is doing the right thing by its citizens and making sure that people there have a home. IBRAHIM is looking out for the people of Burkina Faso, not himself. He is becoming extremely popular amongst the youth across the African diaspora. So it is no surprise to me that they are now trying to take this man out, because your accusations are definitely not working. And even the president of South Africa has stated they reject your allegations against Captain IBRAHIM Traoré. The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy. Because if anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our shit.
Okay, y'all. The United States is now pulling BS out of there, you know what, to try to foul the plans of Burkina Faso and IBRAHIM Traoré. This guy right here shooting messages, subliminal messages at my main man, like worried about his gold. This general here, the brother man, is also talking and saying, yeah, maybe IBRAHIM Traoré is keeping some of the gold for his own personal use and not for the beneficial area of the country and the people. Bullshit. The man has got hospitals. The man is doing this. The man is doing that. Things you'll never do because you've been a straight coward. And it is what it is. I don't care who like this or don't like this. My man, they're trying to get into his goal and tap into his goal. Who cares? Let's just wait and see what he do. Like we wait and see what y'all did when y'all had it go. We not going through this. This man is on deck. Every time you see him helping, if he take a little for the side, he paid the country debt. Which one of y'all paid y'all country debt? None of y'all. IBRAHIM Traoré, let's salute him. And they trying everything they can to foul my man, saying he using the gold to do, come on, underground stuff. Man, that's his shit.
President Traoré is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations to say, like anybody else, you must take care of your people. You have your natural resources. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggars? Look at what is being brought in by not only USAID, but all the NGOs in your country. It's
the way that people of African descent have come together in support of Captain Ibrahim Traore has been mind-blowing. I don't even have words right now. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And this just shows you that we have so much power as a people when we unite. I've been seeing some flyers on social media regarding the continent-wide march on April 30th in support of Captain Ibrahim Traore and to stand against all the lies that General Langley sat up there and said about Captain Ibrahim Traore, because what you're not going to do is lie in our faces like that, as if we don't have social media, as if we can't see what the captain is doing in his country, as if we can't see how his people are happy to have him lead them. You're not going to play with us like that. Not in 2025, the year of the Lord. We get real-time information. As it's happening, we are already seeing it. So you can't lie. Propaganda will never work again. It's time for you to accept the fact that it's time for Africa to rise. The sleeping giant is awake.
All right, it looks like it's time for us to go save the people of Burkina Faso. This guy got on U.S. Senate hearing and said that the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, has become a threat to his own people. You already know what that means, what that sounds like. That means it's time for us to go liberate the people of Burkina Faso. And of course, they're going to use a black man. The blackface is always a house nigga. Every time they're going to use, every time they want to use violence on black people, they use a black man from the West to come bring it on Africans. Like, America has realized they have black people in power who they can use now to destroy Africa. But yes, this house Michael Langley is now the guy who's going to be the face of America going into Burkina Faso.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traore? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical health care free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumperclut cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected, all costs, spiritually, physically, mentally. He needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traore, you need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should do. But we know how it goes already with you African leaders. You rather fatten up your pockets rather than look after your people. Some of you don't even deserve to be leaders, because if you're not even putting your life on the line for your people, for your country, what the hell are you doing trying to run it? You see how Ibrahim done it? And it only took him 18 bumperclut months. Yeah? And some of you have been leaders for over 20 years. Your people should spit in your face for the way you leaders left them high and dry and living in poverty and fattening up the pockets of the West. So come on, cowards. Show us what the heart of a lion is. Show us if you can live up to Ibrahim. Show us that you can rise to the occasion. Give us something, anything to be proud of.
Guys, I'm actually so happy seeing this. And the other day, I did another episode of white people across the globe supporting Ibrahim Traore. So we know many other times that we've been believed some of the leaders that have actually been taken out in Africa, some that are actually read the names to you. We've been sold this narrative that they're actually dictators, that they're actually making Africa unstable, or that they actually do not respect human rights and putting human at risk, that they are corrupt. But so many of you, I know that a good number of you don't know that they're actually good leaders that wanted to see Africa go far, that are actually taken out by the West for the only reason because they know all the benefits that they get from Africa. Just like Ibrahim Traore is doing, there's been other African leaders that have tried this same path. But thanks that in today's world where we can see everything on social media and we don't have to get to learn things from the mainstream media like it was back in the days whereby you would believe anything that you're seeing on mainstream media because there is no any other place that what's happening across the globe is being broadcasted. Now that what's happening in Burkina Faso is being televised on social media, on TV, on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, and people are actually talking about this. Thank you to technology that now we are able to connect with people from different parts of the world, from different continents, just through social media. And we get to learn on what's happening in different countries and in different continents. And now you also that there were actually people protesting. People were out in France, people were out in Jamaica. I saw some people in Jamaica. So many people from different parts of the world telling France and Trump to keep off hands of Ibrahim Traore and Burkina Faso. You know, the last video I did, I talked on all the resources that actually Burkina Faso have and all the resources that France was actually getting from Burkina Faso. And this is why so many Western powers are angry, because all the benefits that they are now, or they were now getting from Burkina Faso, they are not be in a position to take advantage of that country again. And now they are angry because, you know, people are waking up and black people actually seeing Africa for what it is. People around the world are actually seeing Africa for what it is. And now we can clearly learn that Africa is waking up. Yes, I know there are a good number of African politicians from different parts of the world that are actually not supporting Ibrahim Traore because they're always about these handouts that they're given from by the Western government or the Western powers, that this money they get, this corruption money they get, this aid that they get, and they forget that Africa, that we can stand on our own without needing these Western powers, without needing our oppressors out here taking advantage of what it is in Africa. Because there's so many African countries that have resources that the West is very or so much in need of to keep of making money through the sweat of Africans. So many countries that some African kids have to go and work. So many countries that some kids don't even go to school because they have to go and work in these mines to get these resources for them to go in places like France, the US, and other countries that actually benefiting of African resources. I know you've had such names. I'm so grateful to some pages out there on social media and also the people that you've seen on this video that are always trying to show the positive part of Africa, that is always trying to teach the positive part of the Black history, including Caribbeans, including Black Americans, including Africans, and all the Black people across the globe, like Essence of Black Culture, whereby they have these beautiful posts that they have put on their page, and they have a thread of African leaders who were assassinated for wanting a better Africa, starting with Patrice Lumumba, that I know most of us have heard about Patrice Lumumba. If you haven't, go and research about Patrice Lumumba and get to learn about him. Thomas Sankara, Amilcar Cabral, Eduardo Mondlane, Felix Rolando, Samora Machel, Steve Biko, Sylvania Olympio, Chris Hani, Laurento Desir, Richard Rastimadava, Sheikh Anta Diop, Muammar Gaddafi, So these are just a few names that I've read from people that have tried to make a difference in Africa. But we've been always told that they're actually dictators. The mainstream media has always tried to paint these people as violent, and Africa is violent and unstable. Maybe I might have not pronounced all their names right, and forgive me for that, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of, people that have tried to make a difference in Africa, but with all their hard work, with all the sweat and all that they've tried for Africa, they ended up unalived. For what reason? You all know the reason. I don't even need to keep on saying what the reason is. And now that we're actually seeing Ibrahim Traore, and so many young people are like supporting him, and I'm so happy that with the new generation, we can see the world for what it is, and we're only supporting what's right. Thank you, and we are grateful to education that we actually get to learn for ourselves. Back in the days, like in a country like my country, Kenya, they would write the constitution in Swahili and English, and some people like my grandma and my grandpa or other people, they could not understand Swahili or they could not understand English. We have very many different languages in Kenya whereby they don't actually translate these constitution or these policies that they put in place in our native languages for people to understand, or in our mother tongue. But now, thank you, with the young generation, we can actually read and understand what is happening. We don't need anyone to come and translate what the constitution says in our mother tongue, where they put actually their lies and where they want to tell us as to what they want their narrative to fit, so that we can support them blindly without knowing what we are supporting. I'm so happy to see what is happening in Burkina Faso. When I started my channel, I was all about African positivity. If you can go back on my videos, you can actually see the videos that I've done of different parts in East Africa, where I was trying to show the positive part of Africa that most people don't know, or most parts that the mainstream media don't always show. When you see things about Africa, you always see people suffering from Ebola, malaria, see people suffering from poverty, people suffering lack of water, and a lot more that the mainstream media is always painting out there about Africa. But now, thank you that the new generation can understand things for what they are. Thank you, because of the technology, that now we can actually learn how different parts of the world are like, rather than just from watching TV, what the mainstream media has been told to tell us. Thank you to each and every person that was out there actually in support of Ibrahim Traore. Thank you for each and every person that's making their voices heard on social media, on their page, on their TikTok. Thank you for every black person from every different part of the world that is actually in support of this. Thank you for supporting Africa. We really do appreciate. And I'm sure that in a few years' time, Africa is actually changing for the better. And as Ibrahim Traore has started with Burkina Faso, I know so many other countries are actually going to follow the footsteps of what he's actually doing. I wish we can just have him as the president of Africa at whole, and he can rule all the 54 countries in Africa. But I know it's not possible, but anyway, one step at a time. I really love to know what your thoughts are on the comments section, guys. Thank you so much for watching up to this part, and until the next episode, bye.